Practice is going good. We did lose Warren Gillis for about a week and a half with a dislocated finger, but he's coming back this week. So he should be good to go when the season opens, but it's given us an opportunity to look at some other players. But we have a veteran team coming back. They understand the system, so we know what we have to do, but we also know that we're no longer the hunter, we're the hunted. So we've got to be ready to go every game.
No surprise being first in the preseason poll. Do you enjoy having that respect from the league at this point?
It goes out the window. I mean, it's an educated guess, and you could go. There were 5 people that got votes in that area, but High Point was the regular season champion. There would be an argument with them. I think 2 votes separated us. But we won the conference tournament. I'm sure our success against Virginia had a lot to do with that. We know that we got a tough race ahead. We know that we're going to be a focal point, but there's so many good teams. It's such a great league, Ryan. It's going to be a hard-fought battle every night.
Is there a season in your career this reminds you of bringing back so much talent, so many starters, so much of your scoring?
Well, we had those teams. We had the Kier Greenwood group that came off a good season. So, yeah, it reminds me of Kier's teams after we'd won 28 games. So, some similarity there.
It took about half of last year to kind of find the right formula for this team. Now that you had that going in, where's the bar? How much further can you go with this team?
Well, the thing we've got to do is make sure we replace Haji. Right now we're trying to figure that out with so many pieces. We've got a recruit in who's learning the system. The other guys have been here a couple of years. They know the system, and Euros and Tristan, Kyle. So we're really trying to gear ourselves to that position. We know where everything else is, and we have a great addition in Siobhan Wiggins. I mean, we know our backcourt is solid, and we've just got to answer the post position, and we got to see where we are in that, and that's what we're trying to figure out.
Speaking of Marcus Freeman, your junior college transfer forward, how has he progressed to this point, and is he ready to step into a starting role?
No. I think the system, like with anybody else, he's still trying to figure the system out, and I think that the guys that have been here because they've been in the system are ahead.
Who's the favorite right there to fill that spot?
That's a hard one. I tell you one thing one day and one thing the other day. I think Tristan and Euros are really in their battle. I think Kyle Buffkin has made some strides. We can play with Michelle and Badu together. Even though that's not a true center, we can play that. We're trying to figure it out. That's the biggest piece of the puzzle, and that's what we're going to try to do between now and the first conference games. We'll use these non-conference games and try to get this figured out. But we know what Tristan can do. We know what Euros can do, so we know what's there.
With the 3 starting guards back and Siobhan Wiggins, when's the last time you had a backcourt this stacked with talent and veterans?
Best backcourt I've had since I've been here. I'd have to go back to Auburn days. Best backcourt that I've had, no question, since I've been here. Because of depth. Not to say that we didn't have people to play, but we're just deeper.
How does that ease your job as a coach when you have that experience, those key spots there?
Well, certainly it makes you feel better. The season is long. What you have when you have depth is when you have an injury, when you have an illness, or you have something that comes up, you know that you can go, since we're in World Series time, you know you can go to the bullpen. So